reason we can't say those 3 words to each other isn't because they aren't true.
Today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 heartbreaking rejections on TV. Number 10, Jimmy and Ellie, Degrassi, The Next Generation. It's always tough when one person in a platonic relationship develops feelings for the other. But in Jimmy's case, things were doubly difficult. The first time Jimmy asked Ellie out, she rejected him out of respect for Ashley, who he used to date. The second time, she rejected him because she was in love with someone else.
I thought you said you were crushing on someone.
He's not the guy, Ash.
Number 9, George and Meredith, Grey's Anatomy. The McDreamy and Meredith relationship drama took up so much time in the early and later seasons of Grey's Anatomy. So you might forget that there was a time when Meredith had a few other romantic prospects. Namely, one George O'Malley. George was in love with Meredith from the minute he met her. And when he finally gathered up the courage to tell her, she wondered for a split second if she had been missing out on a good thing.
Sleeping with me is really this awful for you?
No, George, it's not. Number 8, Raphael and Jane, Jane the Virgin. Just because we know it all ends up okay with these two doesn't make this rejection hurt any less. In season 1 of Jane the Virgin, Jane flip-flopped back and forth between her boyfriend Michael and her baby daddy Raphael. She eventually started dating Raphael and things were looking good until Raphael decided to propose after just 6 months.
I think that we should end it. Focus on how we can both be good parents.
Number 7, Lucas and Payton, One Tree Hill. Another couple destined to be together, but maybe not at this moment in time. Payton and Lucas graduate high school on a high note. But as relationships are wont to do, things get tough when they go to college. Payton goes off to LA, while Lucas stays closer to home. Long distance puts a strain on the couple until, in an effort to fix things, Lucas flies to LA with the intention of asking Payton to marry him. However, Payton thinks that at 19, they're both too young to get married.
I don't understand how we can be talking about forever right now.
Number 6, Elena and Chiy, The Good Place. This is an interesting one. Mostly because it takes place in an entirely new reality. In The Good Place, Elena and Chiy are soulmates and are meant to be together. But it's not always that easy, particularly when their lives keep getting restarted and rebooted. When the Elena and Chiy of a new reality learn that they were in love in a previous reality, Elena asks Chiy if he still has those feelings for her. When Chiy says no, Elena puts on a brave face.
Not bad. None of this is bad.
Number 5, Damon and Elena, The Vampire Diaries. Few people act gracefully when they're rejected by the love of their life. But Damon Salvatore might be the worst sore loser of them all. At the beginning of season 2, Damon heads over to Elena's house to drunkenly admit that he has feelings for her. Elena rebuffs Damon's advances and tells him that she only has feelings for his brother, Stefan. When Elena's brother Jeremy hears their raised voices and intervenes, Damon literally snaps his neck.
He doesn't want to feel he wants to be hated. It's just easier that way. He got his wish.
Number 4, Henry and Mary, Downton Abbey. Here's another rejection that ends in a happy ending. Which is good for us, because we've got a few coming up that don't end so well. When Mary and Henry first meet on Downton Abbey, they seem destined for each other. Mary is still mourning the death of her first husband, Matthew, but she and Henry get along so well. It seems like nothing could go wrong. But after another tragic car accident, Mary becomes convinced that Henry will also die in a grisly way and rejects him.
She loves him, but she can't control him. That's what frightens her.
Number 3, Dawson and Joey. Dawson's Creek. Joey and Pacey were meant to be together. This much we know to be true. But that doesn't mean that this moment, which launched 1,000 memes, isn't heartbreaking. Towards the end of season 3, Joey spends most of her time oscillating back and forth between Dawson and Pacey, worrying over who she should choose. As Pacey becomes the clear choice, Dawson realizes that he has to let Joey go.
Go.
Number 2, Jess and Rory, Gilmore Girls. A fan favourite Gilmore Girls couple, Rory and Jess seem to have had everything going for them. They had amazing chemistry and understood each other on an intellectual level. But Rory's tendency to assume the worst of Jess and Jess's insecurities and family troubles ended up getting the best of them, leading to a breakup. Number 1, Blair and Chuck, Gossip Girl. Blair and Chuck are the couple on Gossip Girl. The two end up getting married at the end of the series, but things weren't always easy for them. After Chuck's father dies, things spiral a bit out of control with the rest of the family. All of the turmoil is what leads Blair to tell Chuck she loves him and that she'll stand by him through anything. But instead of accepting and reciprocating that, Chuck leaves Blair with the coldest line in television history.
That's too bad.